All right, let's go ahead and get this thing going for Tuesday night. And again, little, if anything, really going on right now, but we'll be seeing less in the way of that into the next couple of days. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. This is News 12 from downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee, Wdef-Tv in Chattanooga. Thanks for joining us for Weather Overtime. It's our online video weather blog. Live tonight on Facebook and Twitch TV. Got questions? Drop them into the comments section, or again, just over on the chat function on Twitch TV. Would love to know what you're seeing and hearing for tonight when it comes to weather, and we'll talk more about what's going on in the semi-near future. Chances for rain looks like they're going to be lingering through the eclipse on Saturday. Not great news for outdoor activities, but we'll get through that coming up here in just a little bit. Nice circular view. Blessed are they who go around in circles from the sculpture field in Chattanooga. Thank you, Gene Kustner. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Don't know what the pupper's name is, but thanks for a nice view of the dog contemplating some circles there. That's our Tuesday West Shore Home weather window picture of the day. Got pictures? Drop them to pictures@wdef.com or just drop them to the comments section of our Facebook, X, or Instagram pages, and we'd love to be able to see what you're seeing, and your snapshot could be the next West Shore Home weather window picture of the day. Right about now, we should be in the upper 70s. We are not. We are doing a good job of staying in the lower 80s, and it looks like some decently toasty days ahead of us. Not seeing anything in the way of rainfall. 0.03 of an inch for the entire month so far, which is odd starting off because October is typically one of our rainier months along with September, and we just finished up, I believe, the third driest September in Chattanooga weather history. So we could use some more rain. We're pushing 5 inches behind for the year, so we're going to need some serious amounts of rainfall, hopefully not all at once, to make up for that deficit. That would be nice, but we're just not seeing it for right now. Temperatures out there, we're having some difficulty with our temperature readings, not getting all of them in there, but basically back into around the 60s at this time. Some gremlins out there at this point. Dew point temperatures way on down into the comfortable range, back in the 40s and 50-degree range. That is exceptionally dry air, very comfortable for this area of the country and into this part of the world. So very nice out there for tonight. Just not seeing, again, a lot of major amounts of problems. Some clouds earlier on, those have pretty much gone by the wayside on the visible satellite and radar composite. A little bit farther out, looking at those clouds sweeping on down here, they are going to be continuing to lift up our direction in the next several days, so we will see better potential of clouds across the area as we get into the next day with that next storm system coming on through. If you're traveling tonight, coming up from Georgia, 75 north to 24 west, that construction going on, and with those moving lane changes out there, things going to be a little slow. Remember to slow down in those construction sites. Let's make certain everybody gets home. That's the Tomahawk crane and rigging camera from the EPB Fiber Optics WeatherCam network. So if you'd like to know more about that, all you have to do is head to our website, wdef.com/weather for more. Sylvester the Spider hanging out, a beautiful sunset tonight on the Bailey's Heating and Air camera from downtown Chattanooga. Just north of downtown on the North Shore from the Speedy's Total Car Care camera, looking across the Tennessee River and the bridges back that direction. Coolidge Park, still some people out and about for this evening out there. Island Cove Marina and Resort, a little bit in around the area for some clouds here and there, but there's really just not that much going on at this time. Traffic was backed up pretty good earlier on Highway 153 southbound. Hardly any cars out there right now. Some on 64. There goes one car on 153, 2 of them, and now some northbound traffic coming through. That's the Plainview Outdoor Advertising camera. And what haven't we done here? Yeah, from the News 12 studios on the Patriot Concrete camera, I-24, both directions with construction going on, mind. If you're going to be traveling downtown, that could be a bit of an issue. So from downtown, looking good. The lights of Signal Mountain showing up well off in the distance. So a pleasant evening overall and no major problems seen with temperatures back in the mid-60s. Winds out of the west-northwest, breezy earlier, not so much now, and those very low dew points in and around the area. Jeff Peterson, will the cool nights, warm days be good for the fall colors? Checking in on Facebook. Hopefully, yes. We're again going to see a little bit more of those changing up here within the course of the next several days and weeks, if I'm right, and this is updated, and sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. Okay, here we go. For where we are now, let's skip ahead to roughly right at about October the 11th. That's where we're seeing passing the peak of the colors way out in the Rockies, the northern plain states, and over toward the Great Lakes, and starting to peak in parts of the Appalachians. We're starting to get a little bit closer, some partial color out there, and the cameras from the Great Smoky Mountains National Park showing some nice change in color there, but we haven't really started too much. The Boston Mountains back toward northwest Arkansas, most of the times over there, usually just kind of a muddy, grayish, greenish brown, but some nice color changes there. Now, as we go ahead by a week or two, this is just average on here and courtesy of SmokyMountains.com. By the time we work our way toward, let's go 2 weeks ahead, in the next 2 weeks, that is where we're going to be seeing the bulk of the color change taking place in this area of the country. So colder temperatures might kind of advance that a little bit, but we're not showing a lot big changes coming up. Now, by the time we work our way into the rest of October and about November 1st, that is roughly about all she wrote. About that time, we start working our way toward the first frost, and that'll kind of knock the temperatures down, and that'll probably change the foliage colors there for just a little bit. So yeah, I'd say it's going to be good. If we get an early frost, which is not in the works at this time, that again could advance a lot more colors coming our way, but we'll see how well that goes. We do have a couple of storm systems coming our way. I said as I segue to the next system, the maps, we've got a front stuck between two areas of high pressure. That's doing a good job of, with high pressure on both sides, just sandwiching that in place, and that's keeping the moisture down to the southern parts of the viewing area. So we're not seeing a lot of major changes with this, but as high pressure moves off to the east, we'll be seeing things kind of change by just a little bit. Our latest storm system down across the Gulf of Mexico, area of investigation number 93L, this is going to be heading up and curving along the Gulf of Mexico. And Mr. Peterson, as you pointed out last night, Lydia over the Pacific, right underneath the box of information here, is going to catch up with this system, merge, it looks like, and then it's going to skip over toward the area around the Gulf of Mexico, toward Florida in the next couple of days. So that'll be our next chance of our first 1-2 punch of anything involving rainfall. So that'll be scooting through here. Next storm system is way up to the north and west, and this will be crossing the country heading our way. This one may give us the potential of maybe some more thunderstorms in the mix. Doesn't look like a lot for now, but that definitely bears watching at this time of the year as we see this make its way toward us. Taking a look at the next couple of days, clouds and plenty of them tomorrow as that system gears up toward the Gulf of Mexico. It's not going to develop into anything. We'll take a look at what the National Hurricane Center says in just a little bit, but clouds for us at first, and then some speckles of rain showers tomorrow afternoon, peak of the week Wednesday. Back in the upper 70s for highs, those clouds blocking out the sunshine, so that'll keep the temperatures just a bit below normal, but it will still be on the warm side. We clear out with those rainfall chances going through the area into very early Thursday morning, passing through toward the Carolinas and giving us the potential of some, emphasis, some showers, but really just not that much. We see, again, some cooler numbers back in the lower 50s. That's pretty typical out there. Lower 80s for Thursday, and that'll be that break we see in between chances of rainfall. Cool for the bus stop on Friday morning, those kids who have class. We don't see anything coming up in the way of rainfall here. As we get into Friday evening, Friday temperatures quite pleasant, very warm. about 5 degrees above normal. And then toward Friday night, that's where we see a pickup of some more showers and maybe some thunderstorms. That also comes in on Friday night, Saturday morning, and that is where we're running into the problems with the potential of anything involving rain for the eclipse coming on through. Now, if everything works at this time, and hoping it does, things start to clear out by about midday. The only trouble is if some of this stuff lingers around through about late morning, might block out some of the eclipse for portions of the area. So it'd be nice to be able to get all this cleared out and have some beautiful blue skies. Didn't have blue skies back in Memphis for the total eclipse back in 2017. So for right now, as the eclipse begins at 11:45 through about 2:30, when the shadow of this crosses the solar surface there from the moon, or the blocking out of the solar surface, I should say, not a shadow being cast. But again, isolated chances of showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm in the mix. It's going to be limited, but it's still going to be possible, unfortunately. So we'd love to get rid of it all. Hopefully we will. We still have some days left, but maybe that storm system will kick on out of here, and then we'll see less in the way of rain showers or thunderstorms. But for right now, there is still that possibility that we may see some potential of rain in and around the area about the time this system kicks on through, right about the time we're looking to get in there for the eclipse. So here's hoping things clear out a little bit more. We'll see how things go. Next of the rest 7 days. Again, the chances of rain Thursday, take a break into Friday, and then Friday night into Saturday. That's the 1-2 punch situation, and that is where we see the rain sticking around for early Saturday morning. Really hope it clears out across portions of the area so we can see this. This is a really cool event to monitor and to watch. Remember your eye protection on this. Never look directly at the sun. Don't use binoculars because, again, that'll be dangerous to really damage your eyes. So please be cautious there. Now, as this whole systems, plural, make their way out of the picture on Saturday, behind that system, again, air around low pressure rotates counterclockwise. So as that system moves out, it's going to draw down a lot of very dry air. And as it does, we'll continue to see the potential of some nicer weather and some drier weather coming up back in the lower 60s for highs, lower 40s for lows by next Tuesday morning. I don't see anything here in the way of frosty conditions. Cooler, drier, yes, but nothing in the way of frost written in the forecast at this time. So that's some good news for everybody out there who wants to keep their gardens going for the near future. And over the next several days, it looks like we are going to be seeing the potential of some much colder conditions way on down to the south. Atlanta to Florida could be some very deep chill coming our way into the next 6 to 10 days. That is going to see what happens into the end of next week. Frost for the deep south, again, that's kind of iffy right there, but we'll be watching that to see what goes on. Now, tomorrow morning on the Greater Chattanooga Orthodontics bus stop forecast for midweek, cloudy, yes, no rainfall expected. Remember, that stop sign is for everybody on the roadways. Let's get everybody to and from school safely. Temperatures tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit milder out there, maybe in the mid to lower 60s in some areas, but otherwise a few 50s. And temperatures tomorrow, hopefully with the sunshine, should be giving us the potential of some drier conditions out there. Ignore that thunderstorm. I don't know where that came from, but as of right now, there is no rainfall expected for tomorrow. Have to get that fixed for News 12 at 11. Invest 93 is sitting in the southwestern Gulf down toward the Bay of Campeche, and the darker colors that you see on screen, this is the sea surface temperatures. The darker red and the very dark brick red color, that is temperatures that are way above normal, unseasonably so, and that is rocket fuel for these storms. Now, as this system gets its way going, the conventional wisdom looking at the what are called spaghetti models, taking this system as Lydia merges with this system, again, that system is going to be going across Mexico, which is very mountainous right here, and that's not good news for low pressure systems at sea level. So that'll probably scrape a lot of Lydia's power. It's category 4 right now, but it may turn into another tropical. It might go tropical storm status, we'll have to see, but that's going to lose a lot of energy going across the continent and those mountains down there. This eventually curving up to around the Gulf, northern rim of the Gulf between the Delta and the Florida Panhandle, and then basically heading on over to the east. But the motion of that area of low pressure may push a lot of clouds and moisture up this way that might give us the potential, with that area of low pressure tracking along here, maybe the possibility of some more rain showers coming on through. Now, this is not alone. This system has been sitting in the Gulf and just sort of wandering northward. It's not in any hurry to go anyplace, but looking back way to the east, we've got this system now, which the National Hurricane Center was giving a, very minor chance a couple of days ago, about 10% at best, 30% a few days ago. Now it is at goose eggs, so I doubt we're going to be seeing much out of this, but if it holds its structure and that moisture again starts moving upward as this system goes to the northeast, that is where we could begin to see some of that moisture out there heading our way. Now, way to the east, several thousand miles, we've got another system sitting over here, and this one stands an 80% chance of developing into Tropical Storm Sean, S-E-A-N, for those of you who have that name or know somebody who's got that name coming along. In the S-name storm. We're approaching the end of the alphabet and the end of the season, so this storm looks like it is going to be developing into something stronger, but it also looks like it's taking more of a northwesterly track at this time. So we may see again the potential for this bothering the fish. Whether or not this makes it all the way across the ocean, that's at least 2 weeks away as quickly as this is moving for right now. So yes, a good chance of development. No, we're not looking at too much of anything out there in the way of any problems coming along from this particular storm. So again, good news on that for now. The UTC, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, Clarence T. Jones Observatory will be holding a star party in 2 weeks on October 22nd from 7 to 9 p.m. The lecture topic will be volcanoes in the solar system, and the featured constellations will be those of the Summer Triangle. That'll be, again, Sunday, October 22nd at 7 to 9. Find out more at utc.edu and search Clarence T. Jones Observatory Star Party, and you'll find the information there. It's also available at facebook.com/UTC Jones Observatory. Your opportunity to learn a little bit more about the heavens, get your kids introduced to astronomy. It's a very cool science and very cool as a hobby as well. So go take a look at that and see what's coming on through there. Don't forget, if you're a teacher, administrator, we'd love to be at your school to talk about what's going on with weather to your classes and students. But as of right now, it's very difficult to do so. We don't know about it. So please let us know by going to the Food City Weather in the Classroom program and letting us know on our page at wdef.com/weather. Click on Weather in the Classroom, and we will be available to cross-connect on our schedule to see when we're able to come on that. And if you miss any of these things, please join me on my social media pages. I'm all over the place, including chess.com and lichess.org if you're ever on there. So hit me up to find out more details on that. Don't forget, now when nothing is going on is a perfect time to get your weather radio programmed, so it can alert you to what you want to be alerted for instead of all the warnings you don't want to be alerted for, and it keeps you safer in that way when you program it in. So go to wdef.com/weather and click on the page that shows the how to program your weather radio. I'd be glad to help you out on stuff like that to give you an idea as to what's going on out there. That should pretty well do it for tonight. No chat requests on Twitch TV, and looking quiet again for everything on Facebook. I've got Mr. Peterson check in, so nice to see that. Don't forget, again, you can always get more information at wdef.com/weather. Todd Heislip will be in the mornings for the rest of the week for the vacationing Chip Chapman. So join Todd for an updated forecast between 5 and 7 tomorrow, and also on the noon show. And also stay tuned for more. I will have details tonight on what's going on with the weather weather on News 12 at 11. That should do it for tonight. Again, drop by WDEF.com/weather for more information about what's going on around the Tennessee River Valley. Stay safe, and we'll be back here again tomorrow night with more information on News 12's Weather Overtime. Thanks for joining us tonight.